Section 3.7 Credit Cards, Video 2. In this video, we will cover the following objective. Apply the unpaid balance method for calculating credit card interest. Previously, we discussed open-end installment loans that are loans of revolving credit that allow continual access to money up to certain limits as long as payments are made on time. Credit cards are an example of open-end installment loans. Interest or finance charges are calculated using the simple interest formula, I equals PRT, where R is the annual interest rate and T is the time for years. Various methods exist for calculating the value of P. Two common methods for calculating interest for credit card loans are the average daily balance method and the unpaid balance method. In this video, we will cover the unpaid balance method. The unpaid balance is the sum of the balance from the previous billing period, finance charges, and purchases, minus any credits made to the account. Interest is found using the simple interest formula I equals PRT, where P is the unpaid balance, R is the annual interest rate, and T is time in years. For this method, time is represented as 1/12. Example 2. Assume the annual interest rate on a credit card is 17.5% and the unpaid balance from the previous billing period was $2,750. This month, purchases were made totaling $42.12, $285.74, and $112.35, and a payment of $350 was made. Use the unpaid balance method to complete the following rounded to the nearest cent. Part A, calculate the unpaid balance at the end of this billing period. So to calculate the unpaid balance, we first need to find the finance charge on last month's balance. So that's the first step. This is calculated using the simple interest formula, where P is the unpaid balance from the previous billing period, which is given to us, $2,750. R is the stated interest rate, 17.5%, represented as a decimal, so 0.175. And for this method, time is 1/12. Multiplying gives an answer of $40.10 approximately. Now we're ready to find the unpaid balance. Which is the sum of the previous balance plus the previous finance charge, or in other words, the interest on the previous balance, which is what we just calculated, plus any purchases minus any credits, such as payments that are made to the account or returns that are made. Okay, so the previous balance was given $2,750. The finance charge from the previous billing cycle we just calculated was $40.10. And then we're going to have to add any purchases. So we were told here that 3 purchases were made. So $42.12, $285.74, and $112.35. Okay, and then we have our purchases. That's all of these. And then we're going to subtract any credits. So that would be if any payments are made on the account to go, towards reducing the balance, or if any like returns are made. And in this case, they're telling me that a payment of $350 is made. So that is going to be subtracted out. That's called a credit. This gives an answer of $2,880.31. So that is called the unpaid balance. Part B, calculate the interest to be paid at the beginning of the next billing period. To calculate interest, we are going to use the simple interest formula, I equals PRT. P is the unpaid balance, so that's what we just calculated, $2,880.31. R is the interest rate that is stated, the annual interest rate that was given to be 17.5%. So of course we represent that as a decimal, 0.175. And then in this calculation, time is given as 1/12. In a previous video, we covered something called the average daily balance, and time was configured, or time was represented a different way in that calculation. And here we get a result of $42 approximately. So that would be the interest to be paid at the beginning of the next billing period. This concludes example 2.